Some cars become legends by winning races. Some get famous after wild crashes or drama on the track. But have you ever heard of a car that never even raced a lap and still shook the racing world? That's Smokey Yunick's Chevrolet Chevelle. This wasn't just any car. Inspectors measured it, checked every angle, and still couldn't figure out what made it so different. It followed every rule on paper, yet somehow bent them in ways NASCAR had never imagined. Every detail, from its frame to its aerodynamics, was designed to trick the eye, gain speed, and leave competitors scratching their heads. Smart, daring, and almost too clever to exist, this Chevelle wasn't built to race. It was built to become a legend. NASCAR was never truly a stock car series, even in its earliest years. Beneath familiar body panels, frames were altered, engines modified, and components strengthened far beyond factory specifications. Cars looked ordinary, but every part had been examined and improved to gain even a small advantage. This was a sport where details mattered more than appearances. Yet fans rarely saw what was hidden beneath. By the 1960s, NASCAR had grown into a major national spectacle. Grandstands were full, money flowed, and pressure on builders and inspectors was enormous. The rulebook expanded each season, trying to control competition, but creativity and cunning always pushed back. Builders studied it as carefully as race lines, knowing that where words ended, opportunities began. Inspection areas became tense battlegrounds. Some cars failed immediately for clear violations. Others passed measurements, yet left inspectors uneasy. Numbers on paper could match, but intention could not be measured with a tape. That uncertainty defined the sport. To win, one needed speed, skill, and the ability to exploit gaps in the rules. Yunick mastered this gray area better than anyone.
I give back about as much as I got, I hope. I hope I gave back a little bit more. And what other people think about me, I really don't give a damn.
Smokey Yunick approached racing as a laboratory. Machines were never finished objects. Every component existed to be questioned, improved, or entirely repurposed. His philosophy was simple. If it could be improved safely, it should be. Rules existed for guidance, but creativity existed to find the edges of possibility. This mindset was forged long before racing fame. Growing up on a farm, broken equipment demanded inventive solutions. Parts had to be fixed, rebuilt, or combined with scraps to function. Replacement components were not always available, so improvisation became a necessity. Learning how something worked meant understanding it completely, a mindset Yunick carried into every garage and track he worked in.
Got $200 to build an engine. It took 200 hours, so figured out $1 an hour. Wasn't the kind of a job that a guy's really looking for. But if I was doing it for money, I never would have done it. We was doing it for the hell of it, because I like to race.
Racing simply expanded this approach. Rulebooks were read line by line, seeking gaps and omissions. Every word mattered, and more importantly, every word left out mattered even more. The Chevelle's design was a direct product of this approach, following rules while exploiting what was not stated, bending them with precision rather than breaking them outright. By the mid-1960s, Yunick's creativity drew attention from major manufacturers. His work became a secret pipeline for innovation, flowing quietly from his garage into the engineering strategies of car makers who realized that intelligence sometimes mattered more than horsepower. The Chevelle became the ultimate expression of this philosophy.
Chevy Nova 396 automatic. And the Mayer red light.
Chevrolet offered multiple performance cars, but the Chevelle was ideal for experimentation. Its size allowed ideas to be hidden, Its structure handled stress, and its popularity helped it blend into NASCAR garages without raising suspicion. On paper, it met the template perfectly. Wheelbase, roofline, and body shape matched expectations, leaving inspectors with no obvious violations to flag. This particular Chevelle began as a 1966 model, though records and later stories intentionally blurred this fact. 3 experimental Chevelles were built with factory involvement. One, through careful engineering, became unlike any other. Instead of simply increasing engine output, attention turned to efficiency and intelligence. Reducing drag, balancing weight, and improving airflow became priorities that no competitor was yet exploring. The Chevelle's outward appearance remained familiar, but internally, every panel, every bolt, and every surface was scrutinized and adjusted. This approach allowed it to exploit aerodynamics and physics in ways that NASCAR did not anticipate. Even a casual observer could not immediately detect what was different, but those familiar with race car mechanics felt something extraordinary. The legend of the 7/8 scale Chevelle began with perception, not fact. Inspectors repeatedly measured the car, templates aligned, dimensions checked out, yet something about it seemed off. The roofline looked lower, the body appeared tighter, and the stance appeared compact. The car seemed smaller without actually being smaller. This visual trick fueled stories that became exaggerated over time. The illusion came from precise adjustments. Bumpers were narrowed and recessed into the body. The floor was subtly raised while staying within regulations. The roofline was slightly altered to remove shadows and visual depth. Even the wheel openings were shifted slightly. These small changes combined to make the Chevelle appear scaled down without changing overall legality. Flush-mounted glass further enhanced the visual deception. The car seemed lower, sleeker, and more aerodynamic than other Chevelles. Every adjustment was deliberate. Every detail aimed to confuse the eye while improving speed, balance, and performance. This is the Chevelle that gave rise to the myth of a smaller-than-legal car, a story retold for decades. Air was treated as a manipulable force. The Chevelle's underside was smoothed aggressively, forming an early version of a belly pan long before these ideas became common in stock car racing. Pressure pockets behind wheel wells were carefully managed, allowing air to escape instead of building lift, improving stability at high speeds. The front bumper was recessed deeply, channeling airflow around the car instead of under it. The windshield was flush with the body, reducing turbulence that competitors often ignored. A subtle flip at the rear of the roof created natural downforce, adding rear stability without wings or spoilers. All of this combined gave the car advantages that went beyond horsepower. It could carry more speed through corners and remain stable on long straights. These were solutions inspired by aviation principles rather than traditional stock car thinking, showing how far Yunick was ahead of his time. The Daytona 500 inspection became legendary. Officials scrutinized every panel and frame. Fuel tanks were removed. Measurements were repeated multiple times. Eventually, a list of corrections was presented, demanding immediate fixes before approval. Frustration filled the inspection bays. Then came a legendary moment. The Chevelle started and drove away with the fuel tank still out. The written rules limited fuel tank size, but said nothing about fuel line volume. Long coiled fuel lines added hidden capacity, increasing the car's total fuel by several gallons. This exposed a loophole in NASCAR's rulebook too large to ignore. Approval vanished, and the Chevelle was barred from competition. This act became folklore, showing Yunick's philosophy perfectly. If rules didn't forbid it, it was fair game. The Chevelle challenged not just measurements, but assumptions, forcing NASCAR to acknowledge that ingenuity could outsmart regulation. The Chevelle never raced, yet its influence spread quietly. Aerodynamics, weight distribution, and frame design gradually entered stock car racing. What once caused disqualification became standard practice over time. Museums now display the Chevelle. Visitors study details that once terrified inspectors. The car stands as a monument to intelligence, creativity, and calculated audacity. It proved that a car could leave a lasting mark without ever crossing a finish line. The Chevelle's story is a reminder that racing is not only about speed. Strategy, ingenuity, and understanding the rules and gaps in them matter equally. Smokey Yunick's 7/8 scale Chevelle remains a benchmark of what creativity can achieve when combined with precision, daring, and a refusal to accept limitations.